Alright, for round one, we have Kikadito versus Violence. Kikadito was raised by my brother, known online as Pure Cow, and Violence was raised by Daywalker, who competed in the first two Maple Cups. All right, let round one begin. Violence starts off with a solid kick, 72 damage. Kikadito counters with a magic hand. Very nice. Looks to be an even exchange right now. Violence putting the speed to work. A wild slash with minor damage. Kikadito picks up guard. Violence's composure up. Gambling on a 33%. A nice solid 75. Alright. Round one goes to Kikadito. Alright, Violence starts off with a Super Claw, dealing heavy damage. Another Super Claw. Violence has a life advantage. Kikadito has the guts advantage. Let's see how this goes. Responding with a magic hand, a nice solid 65 damage is done. Violence has composure up. Putting the speed to work, dodging the magic hand. Ooh. Nirvana is active. Violence playing the passive game. Kikadito's bullish. Breaking through the Nirvana. Another magic hand. Alright. Oh! 1 health left. Now Kikadito has composure. Violence chooses now as the time to start attacking again. Alright. 2-0. Alright. Round 3. Been close matches, but Kikadito has closed out 2 of them with a win. Let's see if this will drag on any further. Violence opens up with a fire kick. A Super Claw. Kikadito lands the counter, bringing the match into his favor. Violence dodges a surprise, keeping himself in the game. Dodges a magic hand. Kikadito lands another one. Violence is on the low again. Alright. Round 3 was over. The Poncho opened up with a solid blitz. Alright. Alright. I made a slight change to my setup, so now all the monsters are in one memory card, so it's a little bit faster this time. Round 2. We have Windex versus Scotty. Windex is my monster, and Scotty is Alfric's monster. Alfric is another regular on the Maple Cup. Scotty has the Durahan subtype, and Windex is a gel subtype. Let the battle begin. Scotty opens up with a spin sword. Windex takes decent damage. Windex counters with a slap. They both dealt heavy damage with their respective attacks. Alright, they went to far range. They go to close range. Scotty freezes Windex, piercing through his defenses with a solid crit. Windex goes for a tail whip. And another tail whip, chipping him away with moderate damage. Scotty opens up guard. Windex goes for a kiss, draining guts but not doing significant damage. Scotty responds with a spin blade, closing out round 1 and a slobber knocker. But Scotty prevailed at the end. Round 2 begins. Alright. Start slow. Windex opens up with a tail whip. Scotty responds with a spin blade. Windex responds with a Suezo beam, debuffing Scotty and doing significant damage. Scotty responds with a spin sword. Another solid hit. Monsters are exchanging quite evenly. Windex goes for another tail whip. Scotty goes for a spin sword. Hitting Windex. Windex is almost down, but not out. Windex has a decent amount of guts to work with. What's Windex about to do? Is Scotty going to have enough guts? Windex slaps with a heavy, savage blow, closing it to 1-1. Alright, round 3. Bring it to toggle. Scotty opens up immediately with a spin sword. How will Windex respond? They're going to far range. Scotty refuses to take the far range, leaping in close. Windex goes for another slap. They have both swung rather heavy at each other. They're both positioning themselves for their next position attack. Scotty goes for a spin blade, dealing good damage. Windex leaps back and walks forward. He's slapping. Windex's composure is up. Does not offering a whole lot of defense. Sky Spin Blade does 125. Windex opens guard. Windex goes for a slap. Dealing insane damage to close out the match. It's 2-1. Some interesting damage. It seems to do a whole lot of damage to closing out the match. Not sure what that's about. Alright. Round 4. Will Windex win, or Scotty brings that to the final round? Windex opens up with a slap. Scotty responds with a freeze. Dealing solid damage in both meters. This fight is as even as it can get. Scotty goes for a spin blade. A solid crit. Windex activates Fury in response. Scotty proceeds with Slicer. Windex is almost out. Will Windex be able to turn this around? They're bringing this to far range. Windex spits. Composure is activated. Will Windex continue his assault? Close range. Windex tries to counter. Windex succeeds to counter. Oh, it's down to the wire. How will this end? Windex closes it out with a teleport. That was a good set, I must say. It looks like the Suezo breed is getting some honor today. Windex. Alright. Alright. Next match. Ra, raised by Alcius, another mainstay of Maple Cup, and Kikadito. Phoenix versus Poncho. How will this match go? Ra opted for having one offensive stat. Kikadito opens with a blowpipe. Ra fails to counter. Massive guts damage and solid life damage. Kikadito's starting off with an advantage. Ra is rather fast though. Kikadito lands a crit. Magic hands are flying. Ra tries to counter a surprise. Kikadito's opening up with a magic hand. Well, not really opening up, but responding. Ra's trying to get into attack range, but Kikadito's relentless. But Ra now has the guts lead. How will this go? Kikadito fails to counter himself. Ra lands a powerful fire cyclone. debuffing Kikadito for good measure. Kikadito's going for Magic Hand. Ra's dodging. Ra's Nirvana activates, crippling Kikadito's accuracy. Ra now has a healthy amount of guts. Ra has a lot of guts. Kikadito's bullish. Ra's gonna punish. Insane damage output. Ra wins round 1. The match is going underway. Round 2. Kikadito kicks off with the Magic Hand, dealing light damage. Kikadito's using another Magic Hand, missing this time. Kikadito's throwing hands. The low cost, meaning that Kikadito's not losing too much guts. Ra lands a powerful Fire Cyclone. Kikadito responds with a Blowpipe, which fails. Kikadito tries to counter a Fire Cyclone. Ra almost defeats Kikadito, but 4 life stands in the way. Composure activates. Kikadito's going to try to break through that. Ra's going to try to counter. It misses. A solid crit. Landing a 19. This Poncho has hands. This Poncho is relentless. Ra's guard is now up. Ra counters the Magic Hand. Closing out round 2. That was a good one. Round 3. Will Ra win a clean set? Or will Kikadito stay in the game? Yeah, you do see a lot of close range action. Alright, Magic Hand has started off. Composure activates. A dodge ends the chain. But Kikadito keeps going. Ra blasts Kikadito, drawing it to a near even state. Just about even. Oh, Kikadito's bullish. Ra punishes. 158. Policy also activates. The Blowpipe. It doesn't crit, but does just enough. Kikadito tries to finish it off with a gun. The battle goes back into close range. They are both saving guts. Kikadito decides to pivot to Magic Hand once more. That one missed. Ra tries to counter. Kikadito gets a free Magic Hand. Down to the wire. Round 3 goes to Kikadito. It's 2-1. Alright. A solid set. Kikadito opens up with gun. Ra blocks it, establishing a firm, solid Guts lead. Kikidito lands a crit magic hand in response. Missing. Now Kikidito is low on Guts. Tries to counter a Fire Cyclone. 159 damage. Alright. Welcome, Shells J. First time here. Welcome to Maple Cup. Ooh, a successful Fire Cyclone. And a debuff. Kikidito just making that preference for close quarters combat very known. Yeah, if Ra pushes back and goes for Fire Wave, that'd be very effective. Ra grasps victory this round. Kikidito put up a good fight. But the fire was just a little too intense. I was always curious to see how Phoenix would function in this meta, as Phoenix doesn't really use the lures too much, so not having them is not a big loss for him. And it seems that I was correct in that assumption. It would be rather good. Alright, setting up the next match. Alright, next set. Violence versus Windex. Wait, wrong layer. Almost made a mistake there. Alright, let's see some Garu action. They go close. Windex tries to open the slap, succeeds, dealing immense damage to Violence. Violence responds with a Super Claw. Windex is trying to get into a farther range, but Violence just wants to use Super Claw. Oh, Violence goes far. What's about to happen? The saving Guts. Windex goes for a teleport. Violence dodges. Violence responds with Beam. Windex fails a counter. 21 Guts damage. Violence is down to Guts lead. Violence is keeping Windex's energy down with debuffs and beams. Got to see some far range action. Violence is timid, but breaks through with a fire kick. But Windex's bulk is just a little too much. Can Windex close this out, or is Violence about to finish the deal? Windex lands a kiss, closing out round one. Alright, that was a great round. Yeah, he landed a very lucky, fortuitous strike. Windex tries to counter the opening fire kick, eating a decent hit for his troubles. Windex goes for a bite. Violence dodges. Violence responds with a Super Claw. dealing moderate damage. Windex is trying to go for a slap, breaking Violance's guard down to almost nothing. Violence goes for a wild slash, dealing decent but small damage. Windex's guard is up. Guts lead. Violence has composure. Windex succeeds a counter. A 0 and 2. Yeah, if you fail a counter, it's a guaranteed hit. It's a bit of a gamble, but it's a powerful. But it is a powerful mechanic. Alright. Violence versus Windex. Round 3. Hang out in mid-range for a bit. A slow start. Violence opens with a fire kick, dealing a modest hit. Windex opens with a slap. Violence dodges this slap, establishing a guts lead. Windex is going to try to push. Violence is dodging. That moderate speed Violence is packing is really coming into play here. A super claw establishes a firm advantage on Violence's behalf. Violence is laying the smackdown on Windex right now. Can Windex take this back? Violence mauls Windex. Getting back in the game, it's 1 and 2. Alright. I'm liking these contestants. They all have a distinct flair to them. Alright, the match starts. Both take it slow. Violence starts off with a cheap attack. Wild slash. Violence goes for another wild slash. Violence is going for a chain. Oh, and toss back in the mid. Alright, Violence is back for more. Violence throws Windex back. Windex counters with a solid teleport. What's about to happen? Windex goes to mid-range. Violence is backing up. A fire kick. And back to super claw. Violence is one. Windex responds to a slap. The slap misses. Whoever gets the next hit is likely to win. Windex wins the match, 1 to 3. All right. All right. The next match begins. Scotty versus Ra. Ice versus fire. Air versus land. Mammal versus bird. Armor versus magic. Let the fight begin! Taking to the caves. Ra opens with a fire cyclone. Dealing solid damage to Scotty. Ra tries to counter. The counter fails. Scotty deals a titanic 318 with freeze. The match is in far range, but Scotty responds to a slicer, winning round 1. Yeah, Alcius, it looks like you were right to worry about ice. Ice is a rare element, but it really goes to show how much such a swing of an elemental advantage can really be. Round 2. Ra opens with a flame cannon. Scotty tries to counter and fails, mirroring the first match. Ra's unloading the flame cannon. Scotty's fury's unlocked. Ra's composure, gaining solid evasion. Movement speed is very high right now. Scotty tries to pierce Ra, but composure makes it a null effort. Match is now in far range. What will Ra do? Will Ra unleash the fire wave? Yes! Ra is using the fire wave! Decimating Scotty, bringing it to 1-1. A battle of big int moves. I love the way fire wave looks in this game. You're right to be waiting for it. Round 3. Going close. Scotty opens with a spin blade. 394, cleaving through Ra's meager defense. Can Ra bring this back, or will Scotty close it out? Scotty goes for another spin blade. Ra rises like the phoenix with final guts. Scotty activates composure. Ra counters with a fire cyclone. 182 damage, gone in a blink. Scotty uses freeze, cutting down Ra. It's 2-1. Round 4. Let the battle begin. Scotty tries to cut Ra down. Ra dodges. Ra responds with Fire Cyclone. 160 damage. Scotty responds with Spin Sword, which Ra dodges deftly. Fire Cyclone. Ooh, 163. Welcome, Frenzied Potato. Yeah, the graphics are quite the difference compared to Monster Rancher 2. Welcome to the MR4 side. Glad to have you. Sky proceeds with Spin Blade. Ra dodges. Ra is commandeering this match with great efficiency. Ra opens up with a Fire Cyclone, incinerating Scotty. It's 2-2. Which monster will win? Alright. Scotty versus Ra. Truly an impressive match. Yeah. Ooh. Solid Cyclone. Responding with a Spin Blade. Scotty wins! Cutting him down with a powerful Spin Blade. Yeah. Monster Rancher AI and Jank. Honestly, yeah, Ripper's power techs are really good. And Freeze can be a nice tool in its arsenal, as we've seen. Alright. Yeah, the AI is... Monster Rancher AI is always going to be a little bullheaded. Alright, so... Let's get... by Lance versus... Yep. Oh yeah. One of these monsters will be doing a back-to-back. Wait a second, actually. To balance out the pacing a little bit. Kikadito versus Windex. Suezo versus Poncho. A clash of brothers. Let the match begin. Windex opens up with a kiss. Bring Guts down. Kikadito responds with its own Guts damaging move. Windex is addled. They're both going far. They're both drifting apart. Windex tries to go for another kiss, keeping the Guts down. Kikadito responds with a magic hand. These monsters are not working with a lot of resources. They're just withering each other. Another magic hand. Windex's bulk does keep him at bay. Oh, a crit pierces through a little bit. Windex has its back against the wall. Either Windex wants to commit to close range combat or throws Kikadito back. But those magic hands, that hit chain is starting to increase the damage. Composure and guard is up. Another magic hand. Windex is being pressed. Can Windex get out of this combo? Composure is up. Will Windex bring this back? Another magic hand. This is brutal. This is down to 2 health. Composure back up. Windex goes with a slap, clutching with decent damage. Is it too late? Now it's the other way around. Windex is going for another slap. Guard reduces the damage quite a lot. They're drifting apart. Kikadito goes for a surprise. Closing out the match. 1-0. This is a rather damning matchup. Both monsters can wither each other down, forcing the match into a standstill. Kikadito opens up with a blowpipe. Windex blocks. A lot of battle specials. Alright, blowpipe does a bit of damage. Blowpipe is one of those moves that really wants to crit. Windex tries to counter a kiss. Kiss drags down Kikadito and proceeds to bite, abusing Poncho's piercing weakness. Kikadito goes for a magic hand. Composure activates. Alright. A mid-range attack. These guts numbers never stay up very high in this matchup. Alright. Oh, they're going to far range. Windex goes for a spit. Once again, dragging the guts down. Windex goes for a kiss. Doesn't quite end the match, but Kikadito's addled. Goes for magic hand, doing meager damage. But his Poncho just wants to throw hands. Oh, Windex was about to use the tail whip. Magic hand shows its hand yet again. Ooh. Windex bites. It's 1-1. Yeah, it's a tank slugfest. And these tanks also do a lot of guts damage, so you're not seeing a lot of big hits later on in the match. Alright, round 3. Wither machines. Windex blocks the blowpipe. Goes for another blowpipe. Crits! Dealing solid guts damage, minimizing the guts lead. Kikadito goes to the magic hand. Windex has a guts lead. Yeah, this is... Windex activates guard. Kikadito is relentless. Windex needs to start pumping out damage. Oh, Windex is trying to go into farther range. Trying to use some of the bigger attacks. But no. Now Kikadito's going back in. Mid. What will happen next? Sponsors seem to have agendas. Windex tries to go for a slap. Kikadito dodges the slap. And gets hit by the second one. But Kikadito still has plenty in the tank. Tail whip. Composure is up. Alright, magic hand is back. Now Kikadito is composed. The attacks keep landing. Guard is up. Windex has 1 life to use. Kikadito won't let Windex have it. Alright, 2-1. This could potentially... Will this be Kikadito's W? Will Windex turn it around twice? Kikadito opens with gun. Windex shot down. 91-17. Oh, far range. Windex goes for a teleport, dealing minor damage. Kikadito uses Boomerang, cleaving through Windex's health in a decent manner. We go back to close range. Alright, Kikadito's going back to Magic Hand. Windex's guard is up. Windex goes for a slap. Kikadito tries to counter. The counter succeeds. Windex loses a lot of guts. Kikadito activates Force. Going to do more damage. Or not. Guard kind of stopped that one. Kikadito wins this match. Oh, wait. Gotta update the bracket by saving the file. There we go. The Magic Hand Gamer, indeed. For our next match, we have Ra versus Violence. Yaru versus Phoenix. These are the two monsters that invested into speed. One went for a more balanced approach. One went for a more specialized approach. Let's see how this goes! Wow, opens up with a Fire Cyclone. Violence is blown immediately. Round 2. Alright. We start slow. Violence tries to open with a Super Claw. Ra misses a counter. Violence deals a Titanic 396 damage. Ripping through Ra very quickly. It's 1-1. An extremely offense-oriented match. This matchup really is going to be determined by aggression and a flip of a coin. Alright. Violence opens with the Fire Upper, dealing 202 damage. Proceeding with a Wild Slash. Ra dodges it. Ra's down low. Violence misses that Wild Slash. Violence decides to go for Fire Cyclone. Lance holds on for dear life. Yeah, I know. We went to a lightning fast match following an extremely passive match last time. Brock goes for a flame cannon, beating Valance. It's 2-1. All right. Wow, opens up the Fire Cyclone. Violence is down to 29. Violence goes for a Fire Upper. Misses. Goes for a Slash, which misses. Violence is trying to land a hit. Lands a Super Claw. Ra's low. A lucky dodge and/or hit. Lance is down. Ra wins this round. Alright. Alright. Time to prepare the next match. And now, Scotty versus Kikadito. Ripper versus Poncho. Let the match begin. Scotty opens with Spin Sword. Kikadito takes a moderate amount of damage. Kikadito responds to a blow pipe, sapping Scotty's energy and also landing a moderate hit. Kikadito goes for a boomerang. This match is very close right now. Alright, Scotty's trying to get in close. Going for a spin blade. Dealing good damage to Kikadito. But Kikadito's got the guts. What will happen? Switches to Magic Hand. Dealing a light hit. Pinning down Scotty just enough to prevent another spin sword. Spin blade. Composure sets in. Scotty responds with a spin blade, taking round one. Alright. 1-0. Kikadito opens up with gun, dealing good damage, moderate damage. Sky goes for a piercing, dealing high damage to Kikadito. Kikadito responds with Cracker. Sky tries to counter. The counter fails, dealing solid guts damage. They decide to go close. Up, the magic hand is brought out. A critical hit. Another magic hand. Sky's guard activates. Kikadito's composure activates. Magic hand. Kikadito's just trying to pin down Ripper. Composure activates. Sky responds to Spin Blade, cutting Kikadito down. It's 2-0. Alright, it's 2-0. Both matches have been rather close. Kikadito could very conceivably pull back into a W, but right now, opens up with the gun again. Definitely a better hit this time. What is Scotty going to do? Going to go close. They both decide to go close. A Spin Blade. He opens up with a magic hand. 46-6. Composure activates. Kikadito gets bullish. Scotty responds to the freeze, cutting down Kikadito with a solid hit. But Poncho's still in it. Magic hands are flying. That guts damage has oftentimes been just enough to keep Spin Blade out of the docket, even if for a short moment. Alright, the guts regeneration is outpacing the withering. Sky succeeds in a counter, bring Kikadito into a disadvantaged state. Kikadito doesn't care. Magic hands. That one was a crit. Another magic hand. Sky tries to counter. The counter succeeds. Scotty wins 3-0. That was a fast, intense match by Poncho standards. Kikadito's final score is a solid 50-50. Alright. So let's bring up the bracket one more time. Alright. Closing out another matchup. Second to last match, unless any ties happen. Windex versus Raw. Alright, the match begins. Water versus Fire. Sueza versus Phoenix. Windex opens with the bite. Raw dodges. Raw throws it back to far range. Windex tries to teleport. Raw counters. Raw has an immense amount of guts saved up. Windex tries to land a hit. Raw keeps dodging. Windex is digging this hole for himself. 224 damage. A solid crit. Can Windex possibly do anything here? Windex is boiled alive. It's 0-1. Round 2. Windex opens up with a kiss. Landing a hit this time. Already better off than the last game. Ra tries to respond with a Fire Cyclone. Windex takes some good damage. What happens now? Windex tries to go for a slap. That would have done great damage, but now Ra's in a bit of a lead here. Not a massive lead, but a lead nonetheless. Ra goes for a Fire Cyclone. Windex is just eating these blasts. Windex goes for a Tail Whip. 187. The match is closer than it looks. Windex tries to go for a slap. Ra is smacked down. It's 1-1. The battle begins. Ra goes for a Fire Cyclone. Windex takes a good hit. Windex has a guts lead by a life disadvantage. What will these monsters do? Windex goes for a kiss. Misses. Kiss, miss. Windex tries to go for a slap. Windex burned a lot of guts trying to tag Ra. And now Ra is in an advanced state, which they choose go mid-range. Windex whiffs a counter. A solid wind fire cannon. Windex is going to try to bring the guts down. Another tragic miss. Nirvana activates. Ra is commandeering this fight. What will Ra do? Windex goes for a slap. Slap misses. Windex throws him back. RNG is not on Windex's side right now. Windex tries to counter with a Fire Cyclone. It's too strong. Too assured. 1-2. Will this be the final round? Or will Windex win this match? Will win this round to potentially win the match? I don't know. Match starts so slow. Ra's gonna go for a Fire Cyclone. Windex takes some solid damage. Responds with a kiss. Ra's guts is low. Ra's addled. Windex throws back, trying to get into far range. Windex goes close. What's about to happen? Windex goes for a slap. 330 damage. Windex is in the lead. If Windex invests into weaker, more accurate techs, Windex will assuredly have a shot at winning. Ra is enough for another Fire Cyclone. 132. Windex is debuffed, but has plenty of guts. Windex goes for a slap. Trying to go for overkill. Goes for another slap. Ra tries to counter. The counter hits. Ra's bringing this back. They're both one hit away from dying. Ra goes for Fire Cyclone. Ra wins. Yeah, that was very fortunate. Either one of those monsters could have won that round rather handily. Windex's final score. Is 2-2. All right. Potentially the final match. Actually, if Scotty wins, it'll be a draw. It'll be a tiebreaker. Valance versus Scotty. Scotty. Violence. Ripper versus Garu. Let's go! The battle begins. Violence opens with a fire kick, dealing decent damage. Scotty tries to respond with a freeze. Scotty dodges. Violence dodges. Super Claw. Nice solid 48. Scotty's going to go for a Spin Blade. Violence is low. They're both low, actually. Violence goes for a Fire Upper. Knocks Scotty down. They both have very low health. Wild Slash. Scotty's guard is up. Scotty lands a freeze, chopping down Valance. 0-1. While Valance hasn't been getting wins, match wins, they've certainly been putting up a good fight almost every time. Scotty opens with a Spin Sword. Valance is chopped down to 55, responding with a Fire Kick. 1027. Valance goes for a Wild Slash. Scotty tries to counter. The counter misses. 71-2. Composure activates. Scotty tries to go for a Spin Blade. Valance dodges. Goes for a Wild Slash. 49-1. Going for another Wild Slash. 48-1. Scotty opens a guard. A light hit. Scotty pushes back Valance. 68% chance to knock him out with a Spin Blade. Valance trying to go to the mid. Scotty cuts him off. 0-2. Alright. Round 3. Valance jumps in close. Scotty opens up a Spin Blade. 162.7. All Valance do now. In response, Fire Upper. 136, a solid crit. Responding with a Super Claw. 108.7. Spin Blade. Alright. Valance wasn't quite able to take enough hits to drag out the fight and win. This round goes to Scotty. Which means Valance got swept. And we're going to end this with a 2v3. Best of 3, I should say. Wait. No, low tier. Huh. Alright. Yep. We have a rematch. Huh. You estimating Phoenix to be low tier? Alright. Round 1. Ra versus Scotty begins. Scotty opens up with a spin blade, chopping Ra down. Ra's still in the game. Game goes too far. Ra's trying to go far. Scotty's going to get Ra against the wall, though. Ra's going in close. Another spin blade. 0-1. Alright. Round 2 begins. Scotty pierces Ra. These ice techs really do get to Ra's defenses. Ra tries to respond with a fire cyclone. 162. Scotty's debuffed. They're holding out. Scotty tries to go for a spin sword. Ra dodges. Ra has the guts advantage. Ra's trying to get close. Alright. Ra's being aggressive. 251. Almost enough to bring him down. Ra jumps back. Scotty goes for a spin blade. Ra dodges. Scotty goes for another. Ra dodges that one. Ra goes for a fire cyclone. It's 1-1. When you really think about it, Ra and Scotty both have the kind of techs that they don't want to see. Scotty doesn't want to deal with armor-piercing intelligence techs. And Ra does not want to see slashing or ice techs. Scott with a well-placed crit. With a well-placed crit. Maple Cup 4's winner is Scotty. Well, I hope you all enjoyed your return to Maple Cup. This was an intense match, an intense game. With plenty of interesting matchups, shocking defeats, drawn out slugfests. This tournament had them all, except for not a lot of Final Guts this time. I think it only happened once. Anyway, I hope to see you guys around for the next tournament I hold. And until then, you have a good night. You're welcome.